Here's a relatively easy problem from the GMAT official guide. It starts by telling us each person who attended a company meeting was either a stockholder in the company, an employee of the company, or both. Already, with this emphasis on two overlapping categories, this looks like an overlapping sets problem. And this impression is confirmed when we look at the next sentence, which has the same emphasis on stockholders and employees. Since this is a problem with two overlapping sets, we need to make a contingency table. If you haven't seen one of these tables before, you can catch up quickly by watching this video. Alright, in this example, the headings are going to be stockholder and employee. And now that we've set up our table, let's work through the problem to fill it in. The first sentence tells us that each person who attended a company meeting was either a stockholder, an employee, or both. This is telling us a couple of things. Firstly, that the universe of the problem, the grand total of everyone involved, is the people who attended a company meeting. And secondly, that these people are stockholders, employees, or both. To represent this classification in our table, we need to focus on the core of the table. The core of the table is these four cells, which are the fundamental building blocks of our universe. All of these other cells on the edges here are totals that you get by combining these building blocks. To say that everybody was a stockholder, an employee, or both is to say that everybody was in one of these yellow cells. Here are the stockholders and here are the employees. Notably absent is anyone in this cell, which would house a person who was neither a stockholder nor an employee. Since these people don't exist in this problem, let's put a 0 here. And now that we're done with the first sentence, let's move on to the second. It starts by saying that 62% of those who attended the meeting were stockholders. Clearly this is about the total for the stockholder column, but before we write 62 here, we need to do a quick check. Because if a problem gives some quantities as percentages and some other quantities as hard numbers, such as 17 people, you can't mix the two kinds of number. You have to be consistent. So looking ahead here, we have 47% and we're asked for another percent. So it looks like all the numbers in play are percentages of this grand total, which means that we can put 100 for the grand total and 62 for the stockholders. By the way, the reason we didn't have to worry about percentages versus hard numbers when we put down the 0 here is that 0 is a special number. 0% of the people and 0 people are the same thing. The next thing we're told is that 47% were employees. This is about the employee total, so let's put 47 here. And finally, the question is asking what percent were stockholders who were not employees? Well, the stockholders are in this column, and within it, those who are not employees are right here. So let's put an oval in this box to mark that this is the quantity we're looking for. And now we're ready to solve this. Remember, anytime you have 2 out of 3 elements in a row or column, you can find the third element. So let's start with this column. It's saying that 47 plus blank is 100, so blank must be 100 minus 47, which is 53. This gives us enough information to solve this row. This row is saying oval plus 0 is 53, which implies that oval is also 53. And there you have it. The answer is D, 53. Thanks for watching this video from Chiron Prep. I hope you'll like and subscribe and check out our other content. If you have a question, please leave it in the comments or contact me for private tutoring. Thanks and see you next time.